Hey guys, and welcome back to my monthly favorites. I'm just going to jump right into my favorites this month, and I'm not going to do a super long intro or anything. So I do hope you guys had a really great summer and that you're excited to go back to school or work or whatever you're doing in September. I'm also drinking some coffee right now because I don't know why I'm drinking coffee right now. I guess why not? So if I drink from my mug, I apologize. It's because I am drinking coffee. I'm going to start off with this, which is a Morphe Brushes M500. I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly when I bought this, but I have been using it for quite a while now. And when I first got it, I really didn't like it. Like, it sheds. It still does shed a little bit, unfortunately. And the bristles are kind of, bristles aren't as soft as some of my other Morphe brushes have been. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't feel as like luxurious as even some of my e.l.f. brushes do. So at first when I got this, I really didn't like it. But then when I started using it, and like a month later, I was like, ooh, I really like this guy. It's sort of like a fluffy, tapered, blending brush. I don't even know what this is. It's like a tulip shaped brush, but it kind of comes to a point and it's round and it's fluffy and it's not super dense or anything. I don't always like to use a super dense brush under my eyes because I think it just makes it look super cakey if I'm setting my under eye concealer. So what I like to use is this brush because it's a lot fluffier, not as dense, and I kind of just sweep it underneath my eyes and it just deposits the powder not quite as heavy as some of my other setting brushes do. This brush comes to a little bit of a point. You can use it for contouring, which I like to use the little point to get right into the hollows of my cheeks. I used it today to contour my cheekbones. This fits in there really nicely, and because it's so fluffy, it doesn't make your contour really harsh. So if you want a soft, natural sort of contour, I feel like a brush like this is so good for that. It's also really nice for bronzing, which I do use occasionally just to like sweep bronzer on my face, and you can also use it for blush, when you can even use it for highlight. I wish the bristles were a little bit less cheap feeling, but then the brush is pretty cheap, so I can't really complain too much about that. As the shedding, it does shed, especially when you first get it. It shed like a ton. Even today when I was using it, it shed like one hair on me, which is but because of its shape and, you know, its multifunctional purpose, I really love this little brush. And the next makeup tool I have is actually something I've been using for a long time now, and it is this Real Techniques Complexion sponge. It's just like the orange, pastel-y orange sponge that Makeup Geek that Real Techniques has out. Mine's really dirty because I used it today. At first I didn't like using a sponge because I felt like it sheared out my foundation way too much, and I like a fuller coverage when I'm trying to cover up blemishes and stuff. And even today, like, if I'd used a brush, these blemishes would not have shone through. But I love the finish that this sponge in particular gives to my skin. It makes it look super natural. I use it for most of my like more fuller coverage foundations just to sheer it out a little bit. And I've just been loving this in summer because it's been so hot lately. And then I wet the sponge with cold water, and then I wring out the water, and then I use it to apply my foundation. It is so refreshing. It feels so good. I've just been loving this little sponge to apply my foundation lately, especially in the summer. So yeah, I love this little guy. The next product I'm going to share with you is actually a contouring palette. This is the Wet n Wild contouring palette, and it is in the shade Dulce de Leche. It comes with a highlighting shade and a contouring shade. It's what I use to contour my cheekbones today. It blends so nicely on your cheeks. Even if you put too much, you can blend this out. It just gives you a very soft, natural looking contour. And this powder here is really perfect for setting under the eyes. It just brightens things up so nicely. I even use it to set the center of my forehead and my chin, which is where I get oily throughout the day. Such a good little contouring product from the drugstore if you are looking for one. I think they have another shade as well called Caramel Toffee, which is a little bit deeper. But yeah, I just really like this product. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a good contouring little palette thingy from the drugstore. Okay, so I'm just gonna dive right into my next favorites, which are blushes. This is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Coralina. It's the first Milani baked blush that I actually ever purchased. At first, I wasn't such a fan because it has a lot of sparkles in it, and especially when you swatch it, sparkles are really, really obvious. Like there's glitter everywhere. But then when you use a brush to apply this, I feel like the sparkles don't translate very well onto your skin. Like it doesn't look like I have a glittery like mess on my cheeks, which is such a relief. I always pull this out in the summertime because I feel like it gives you such a natural rosy complexion, and it looks really good with like tanned skin. I think it looks really good with tanned skin, and I just love wearing this in the summertime. And of course the Milani baked blushes are a really great formula as well. The next blush I have is actually a cream blush, and it is from e.l.f. It is one of their beautifully bare blushes in the shade Peach Perfection. I have been wearing this blush so much lately. I don't know why, but I've been really into cream products lately. This is one of the blushes that I've been wearing a ton. It's such a beautiful peachy shade. I'm wearing it today actually. I don't really know if you can see it on camera, but I'm wearing it today. It gives you a very natural peachy flush to your cheeks. It's super easy to blend. The way I like to apply this is with a Real Techniques stippling brush, but it also works with like a buffing brush or a foundation brush as well. I really like the formula of this cream blush. I wish they would come up with more colors because I feel like it's such a great formula, and if you're looking for a nice peachy cream blush, blush, try and find this one from e.l.f. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble talking today. It's really very annoying. Anyways, the next favorite is something I'm so excited about. I'm actually wearing this on my eyes today. If you were wondering, I know it's super intense. This is the NYX Avant Pop eyeshadow palette, and I have the shade Surreal My Heart. They have 3 of these out. This wasn't actually the version I wanted. I was trying to find the one that was like more natural looking, like I think it was called Nouveau Chic or something like that. That was the one that I wanted, but they only had this one in the drugstore when I looked. When I saw this online, I was like, oh, I would never wear any of those colors. But then when I saw it in store, I don't know, I just fell in love with this. And I feel like it does have a lot of pops of color. Like this is the one I'm wearing all over my lid today. This super pretty like aqua minty turquoisey kind of shade. So it does have these 3 pops of colors, but I feel like if you kind of ignore that, they're all really like neutral. Any of these 5 shades you could wear on an everyday basis and it's not super crazy. I just love this palette so much. It doesn't look very appealing when you look at it because you're like, oh, I wouldn't wear those colors. But then when you kind of break it down, you'll notice that you can actually create so many natural looks with this palette as well as colorful looks. I haven't always been a fan of NYX eyeshadow palettes. I think that their shadows are kind of like, they don't have as much pigmentation and they're a little bit patchy when you apply them. And they're just not as good as some other drugstore eyeshadows. But then when I tried this palette, I feel like it's a completely different formula from the other NYX shadows. They're so smooth, so creamy, so buttery. They have a ton of pigmentation, blend so nicely on your eyes. I feel like this is such a good quality eyeshadow palette from the drugstore. I'm like so impressed. I can't wait to do more looks with this palette. I love it. If you can find the NYX Avant Pop eyeshadow palettes at your local drugstore or whatever, I highly recommend you pick one up because I feel like the formula is so great on these shadows. I was so impressed, so impressed. And I think I just have one more thing left to share with you. Yeah, I do. And it's not a makeup product. It is a pair of shoes. These are from Zara. I picked it up in the Zara sale. I think they have 2 sales a year, like in summer and at Christmas time. And I got these for like $20. I don't know if they have them still on the Zara website, but I got these ones for $20 and I love these shoes. I was looking for so long for a pair of shoes that had the laces that you can like tie around your leg. It kind of goes up a little bit above my ankle because it has like this strand here, which I like to wrap around a little bit further up my leg. And then it has a super pointy toe area here. I love pointy toes. I know some people don't, but I love how pointy toes look. And then on the side, it's kind of bare, so your foot shows through. And I feel like these shoes were exactly what I was looking for, especially in the summer when you're going to work. If you work in an office or anything, it's kind of a nice way to like spice up your outfit. You can wear something super plain, like you can just wear black slacks and like a blouse or something, and you can wear these on your shoes. I feel like it just spices up your outfit like 10 times. I don't know, I just love these shoes so much. Exactly what I was looking for. So these have been a super big favorite this month. Anyways, that completes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love monthly favorites. I just love sharing them with you guys. Hope you guys had a really great summer. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you would like to see more videos. And I guess I'll see you in my next one. Bye!